Walt moved right away.
To model cities?
Yeah.
He may have.
Camp. To camp.
Camp, and then my husband got a job with the War on Poverty, but he was sent to San Francisco to the regional office, but his territory was Washington, and so he was flying back and forth, but yeah, he was picked for that job.
And by this time, Val and I had moved to St. Louis, and I was working for the War on Poverty in St. Louis. Yeah.
So this sort of had a mixed blessing in a way. I mean, on the one hand, we wanted people to be hired. And on the other hand, it did change some of the focus. And I remember with CORE, because John Cornathan was chair at that time, and he had a more, in my opinion, a more conservative view of this, and was tending to take the position that the War on Poverty was going to solve a lot of the problems that we were addressing, and that we didn't need to be quite as intent. That was my interpretation.
Because the focus was community action and getting people in the community to make decisions about their lives, whether it was where their kids went to school or whatever.
Sure.
So I think some of the programs from War on Poverty did pull from the Central area community, people from that community, and then John was not a real strong leader, and the whole issue of, at that same time, was the whole issue of black power. And so I think the combination kind of spelled the demise of at least Seattle CORE.
Yeah, and I think that in terms of the War on Poverty and camp and so on, a lot of people, we did both. We worked for CORE, and I was involved with Model Cities, and I was on the original camp board, and there didn't seem to be any conflict with any of this. You know, you just branch out.
But there was not the cadre of high energy people.
Yes, you're right. Yes, we did lose some leadership that in those paid jobs. Those of us who were volunteers, that was a whole other matter. We could move between these various entities. But the paid positions, and when Walt went to camp, that was a full-time major job, because he's the one who got that off the ground from the beginning. And that was a huge job, and he did a beautiful job of it. So it did make a difference.